Hello and welcome back, Josh, Sam and anyone else who's watching, to Juste Classe San Marino. We are back with a whole new season. Things have been quite fun so far. Let's see what's been going on. So, first things first, we finally recaptured our Super Cup crown, beating Inter Milan 3-1 in the final. Jabari scoring after 1 minute. They scored an own goal, which was a delight. And then Emilio Schack scoring before a late goal from Bram van Delft. We had Jabari injured, he's still out I believe now, and we had a couple of debuts including Strukelj, whose name we need to come up with some kind of backup for, but yeah, he's there as well, making inroads. We then had a whole bunch of friendlies before we started off our defence of our title pretty well. A 4-0 win over Cremonese and a 5-0 win over Fiorentina. And I believe the 5-0 win had a player... No, one of them had a player off. Yes, the 4-0 win, we... I think we scored 3 after our... No, sorry, we scored 2 more after our sending off. Then they had 1 late on. Fiorentina, we battered them 5-0 fairly comfortably, although most of them in the second half. So yeah, a bit of fun. We're starting to really feel like we've got a bit of a stride a bit of a skip in our step. Spring in our step. Yes. We've been handed a tough Champions League group, though. We've been given the champions of Spain, I believe also the champions of France. Oh no, it was Marseille last year. Okay, so that means they must have probably come third. Okay, so we've got the third team in France, and we've got Śląsk, the Polish champions. So it's a tough group. I would think that we'll probably come second or third. I think that Valencia might be too tough, but Lyon, they, as I said, only third in the French league, and Śląsk we've already beaten something like 7-1 on aggregate last year. So fingers crossed, it should be pretty good. We're actually going to play Lyon in the first game today, and then we'll play Navarra as well, just to get the league season rolling. Transfers is what we all want to see, and also no more of those noises, please. Sure, we'll do what we can. So San Marino, let's go into the transfers. So yes, sorry, I could have paused that, but didn't. So yes, there's been a lot of outs, a couple of ins. Even with that many outs, we still made a negative in terms of net profit, but that's fine. We're in the position to do that. First man out, Marcus Kern, left for 2.9 million to Dynamo Bryansk. We made a loss on him, and he didn't really do very much for the club, but off he goes anyway. The last of the kind of overspending on not quite good enough players, but we needed someone to be a squad player, and he did that, I suppose. We then let go of a whole bunch of youth players, none of whom are of any interest at all to anyone. We finally got rid of Elin Yanchev, which, you guys have all played Football Manager, you've seen those kind of things where they give you the monthly update from the board and it's always got one negative on it. Currently, despite the fact that we won the league and they're super happy with our progress and everything, they are disappointed in the fact that we sold him. We sold him on a free, again a bit of a disappointing. Actually, though, I think we got some of that money back from that loan, but he's dreadful anyway, so I don't know why they're worried. Anyway, off he goes. Then we loaned Plymouth a couple of players. That would be Vani Lodolo, looking pretty good as a centre-back, Vani. They are now in the Championship, by the way, Plymouth. And Mattia Colombini, another one of our youth prospects, who's looking pretty tasty. San Marino in the future will have a pretty terrible team, but not as bad as usual. We then sold Tim Wynn, the Welshman, has left to PSG for 2.5 million. We made a loss on him, but he had 2 good seasons, and I can't complain about that. Decent little player. Only came in as a backup. Once played for our great rivals Krivbas. So who cares? Loads of cats for Wales, though, dear me. We then gave Robert Persson out for a spell at Frosinone, having played 2 seasons in Plymouth last season, firing them to promotion. No, in fact, last season he must not have gone anywhere. Anyway, so good for him. He's really, really tiny, though, or at least his aerial ability suggests he's really tiny, and I don't think he's ever going to be as good as maybe he looked like he was going to be, but he's fine. We'll make some money on him anyway, it's fine. We then sold Fagner for quite a lot of money to Lazio. We signed him for 2.5 million, sold him for 7.5 million. I don't think he's worth that much money, particularly considering he can't actually defend, nor can he really do any attacking. He can't cross. He doesn't really fit into our system in the sense that he can't sort of offer anything good in either of those positions. He's very physical and very quick, and he played quite well last season. You can't argue against that. But, you know, when you're going to get that much money for profit from him, and we got someone in better, that's fine. So yeah, thank you, Fagner. You'll always have the Serie A Champions trophy with us. And then we sold Bruno Moreira, a player who you won't have even heard of probably, for what, like, genuinely, okay, we've made a loss on him, but the fact that we only made 900k loss on him, he's awful. We sold him for £1 million to Oviedo in the Spanish First Division. Just fucking mad. So, players that we signed, Robert Persson, that was him coming back from AC Milan, because he was there on a co-ownership deal. That's why he wasn't on loan. Just remembered. We then signed Rodrigo Bazzi, the 20-year-old goalkeeper. Technically it was on a Bosman, but we had to pay 1.5 million in terms of tribunal fees. So he comes in from Union in that's the Argentinian top division, yeah. The only league so far that has defeated my Excel spreadsheet. I couldn't be bothered to add it in because they have an opening and closing stage every year, and I just couldn't be asked. So maybe I'll go back and do that one day. But anyway, he's come in. He's going to be our third choice goalkeeper. And yeah, pretty decent little signing there. I might even... Could I send him to Plymouth? Would he go? He doesn't even have a biography yet. Maybe we can try and send him on loan to Plymouth. Don't think he'd go. We then signed a new centre-back to replace Marcus Kern. We brought in for 7 million Brian Dupuy. He's much better, as you can see, a bit slower but better at defending and in the air. Comes in from Fiorentina, where he spent one whole season and did pretty averagely, but you can see that considering we beat them 5-0 this time around, they are missing out on him. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with him as a sort of third choice centre-back to fight alongside the other sort of backup defenders. So yeah, pretty good, actual top quality, or at least high quality pressure on our first choice defenders. We then spent a lot of money, £15 million on Gabriel Herrera. That's why I got rid of Tim Wynn. It's a lot of money for a player who maybe you could argue isn't worth that much money, but he has been sensational so far. His long shots of 8 belie the fact that he scored 2 goals in his one appearance so far. In he comes from Nantes, and giving some good pressure to Ledesma, and also a little bit of pressure off Ledesma in that he doesn't have to be the only left winger who's any good at the club. So very nice. And then the replacement right back. So we got rid of Fagner and we brought in Vic Raw, or Rovik. He's better at defending, actually better physically, and better in terms of speed. He's exactly the same in terms of crossing, which is good. And yeah, so he's just a good player. Comes in for 4.7 million from Spurs. Played last season for Vitoria Guimarães in the Liga NOS. And yeah, he'll be our backup, but good little player. 22 years of age, he'll improve a little bit. Fingers crossed. So things are looking good. Did he go? Not yet. We've still got £10 million to spend. I want to try, let's see if we can actually do it now. So one of the things I've been trying to do is get the board to upgrade our facilities. Okay, the option's there now. It wasn't there before. It was supposed to be done last year, but they cancelled it. So I'm going to ask again right now. And they're going to do it. Okay, good. Can we increase? No, we can only cut back. I can ask for the stadium to be expanded, but it turns out last year we didn't actually sell out every game. We only got about 18,000 in, so there's no point in asking for them to expand the stadium yet. They won't do it, but we will soon have. In fact, it will go on for bloody ages to upgrade our youth facilities, but at least we will get them. And now let's play against Lyon. Okay, here we go then. Secondo Stadium, the game against Olympique Lyon. I don't think we've ever played them. We've got a few players out injured. We should have a more rounded team when it comes to European games as well. Vaguely, because we've got one extra player who fits the homegrown rule, and that would be Struckley. I think also Amara, Bush and Cavalier all fit that description as well. So we've got a good side. I think it makes sense to play the best team we can, so let's go with Russian there. We've got Schoenenberger in goal. We do still have Yaya Diallo, who started last season then dropped out of favour, as I discussed in one of the most recent videos. But yeah, I think this is the team we're going to go with. Amara and Jabari. Yeah, Amara and Jabari, and then we've got Navarra, who we can smash with basically any team we put out, so it's fine, he says, arrogantly and probably wrongly. Now then, they're playing with a lovely pink kit. They've got Alex Martin up front, who's an excellent striker, 127 caps for Spain. They send him on a free. Nice. Good stuff. Anyone else? Oh, their goalkeeper's called Benyamina. That's nice. The Algerian, pretty good. Signed for 4.2 million. Yep, they've got a pretty good side, although mostly old, which is nice to see. So let's go with this. Opposition instructions, yeah. I also did a little bit of a backroom reshuffle. A lot of our staff's contracts were coming up, and in a stroke of good luck, it was mostly the contracts for the terrible or the lesser good guys. Oh, Jabari straight away. And so, yeah, we've improved in that sense. We've got a lot new good coaches in, a couple of really good new youth coaches. Aymar, terrible. Should have played Ward, but actually Ward is injured, so it's okay. Is he, or is he on the bench? Doesn't matter. Yeah, so we've got a revamped staff. We've got better scouts as well, because there were a couple of scouts who I'd signed, I think, when I was trying to fill a bunch of gaps when we came up, just basically signing scouts who had knowledge rather than who had necessarily good scouting attributes. So those guys have gone. We've now got a few better players. Oh, Aymar forces the ball in. It was called an own goal, but it was offside. I think that's fair. So yeah, we've just done a little bit of a bit of spring cleaning after our maiden championship win, and I think that was needed, especially considering the quality of our youth facilities, which are not great. It, I think, made it made a bit of sense to good effort from long range. Made a bit of sense to at least make sure that the players and the staff coaching them are good, because yeah, as you see, the quality of our facilities is not ideal, not tippy toppy. Oh, headed over. Thought that might have been Navarro heading over, but no. Navarro signed a new deal. I also managed in a great coup to sign out a couple of the minimum fee release clauses from a bunch of our players. So it seems that now we've won the league. Players are happy to play for us. Oh, there's Armentano. He's play for us. And you've probably noticed that already when we were looking through the team, and I didn't even bother looking. Half time, not much going on. We've got to remember the away goal rule can really screw us in the Champions League group stages, as we found out last year. So we should maybe try and win this one. Westerman to Martin. Oh, it's a brilliant little save there, just tipping it around the post. Schoenenberger makes a save again. Meyer keeps it, gives it to Ireth on the side, then Novak. Good tackle, Jabari with the ball to Shaq. So I said I've got £10 million and I wanted to get the facilities upgraded. Obviously we only had the option to upgrade the youth facilities. I would have liked to get the training ones looked at as well, but nothing we can do about that, at least not yet. I'm thinking to keep that 10 million in the bank, or however much of it's still in the bank. It might be slightly lessened now. Jabari, oh, great header from the edge of the box. Might be slightly less now, considering that we've just got them to spend 1.2 million on our training facilities, but nevertheless, sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of great little finish. Sometimes it's nice to have a bit of money at Christmas to potentially throw around, and that's also a good time when the youth contracts come through that you can start starting to snap those players up, because so far we've had very few players come through. The ones that we have had come through were on youth contracts who came to us for free, and it's no longer possible to compete for the really best youth players just with no fees attached at all. So yeah, we need to have a little bit of money, and that's the idea. Shaq with the ball shoots from long range. You'd have thought he could have got that on target at least. Aymar not playing well. We probably could have started with Claudio Garcia to start with. He's one of the players who lost his release fee. One of the other ones was, I think Jabari had one as well. I've taken that out. Let's bring on Purnos as well, because we know he's good. Right. Okay, Ireth to the back post. Dajo or Jalo? Jalo. Westerman, Janderson. Oh, great tackle from Shaq, and Jabari's on it now. Can Jabari give it across to Purnos? He does. How has he hit the post? And then what a fucking waste of a bit of possession there from Ferreira. 64 minutes gone. I feel like that probably was the chance to start to stretch this game. Never mind. Russian to Ferreira. Out to Garcia. Garcia could slip in Shaq. He does, Shaq, but Beniamina makes a good save. Good name. Not good enough for me to sign him based on the fact that he's got a good name, but, Russian heads just... If I was looking for a backup goalkeeper, but then I wouldn't want to spend much. If I could get him on a free, I'd probably sign him on a free as a backup. There you go. That's the best I'll give him. Herrera to Baudo. Baudo's another player who I got to sign a new contract to get rid of his release fee. He had all the guys that I got rid of, they did have something like between 20 and 30 million pounds release fee clauses, and the clubs sort of sniffing about were starting to offer money that was around about that sort of area. So I thought, well, the best way of doing things to at least guarantee we have a choice over the matter is to get rid of those release fees. So I did that as best I could. Shaq still, I think, and maybe I'm wrong, or Jabari rounds his man, and for once the offside rule seems to be applied correctly. It came off of the defender, so he can't be offside. Or it's not entirely true, but yeah, anyway, I sometimes feel like the game doesn't remember that, but that was a good one. And I feel like I might have made a boob of myself. Anyway, he wasn't offside. It was a goal. We're 1-0 up. That's what we wanted. We needed we needed these. Oh, Shaq, silly boy, don't get sent off. Good lad. I might check into his contract situation after this. Yeah, we really need to win one of these games against Lyon in order to get out of the group in the Champions League side of things. Shaq with the ball still to Purnos. Westerman gets it. Garcia intercepts and clears nicely. Slonsk being beaten by Valencia 4-2. That is unfortunately to be expected. Russian heads clear. Jabari gets it. Going to waste a bit of time, but now he's running at the man. Jabari to Shaq. Back to Jabari to Purnos. Purnos shoots from long range. Goes over the bar. He hasn't scored yet this season. Scored an absolutely phenomenal chip in pre-season though. Not that it counts, but it was great. And can we just keep them out for a few seconds longer? Klomp is a player who I've admired from a long range, mainly because of his name. He's actually quite good. He's the kind of player that when we were looking at bringing in Jabari and stuff like that, I mean, Jabari's better than him, but I was considering buying Klomp at that time, but then Jabari was available for a lot less money. Ledesma now running through. Can he put the ball in? Jabari gets there. Garcia puts the ball in towards Purnos, and again they just about scramble it clear. Klomp. They're playing Klomp on the right. They're playing him as like an attacking wide man. He's more of a striker as far as I understood. Ledesma tries to cross it, wins us a corner. This might be the end of the game. Come on. Emiliano Shaq to Russian, heads over. (92-93 minutes). We've got a last little bit of possession here. Purnos to Ledesma. Oh, it went in off of our man. I think that was off of Hayes, but we've done it. We've won. We've ground out that victory that we needed. Excellent stuff. Very, very good. Hayes got the man of the match. and he got himself the assist. That's very, very good for us. Schloss losing at home to Valencia, that's kind of what everyone expected, but crucially, we have stolen ourselves a win. I think maybe probably should have been a draw. Although we had way more chances than them, if you look at it there. It just didn't feel like we were quite on top. Anyway, £800,000 to us, or euros to us anyway. Say anyway more? I will not. Good. So I think we'll skip forward slowly, quickly, and play Navarra right about now. And we're back, like I said, right now. So yeah, we're playing away to Navarra. We've just seen that Inter have beaten Lazio 3-0. We've got a game coming up quickly, thick and fast, against Bari. I think we can give Yaya Diao a game here. Russian is suspended, so we have to play Dupois. That gives Yilmaz a chance to come up onto the bench. We'll also put Raw Vic in. He's pretty raw. We're going to play status... No, yeah, well, maybe we will, but what I meant to say was we're going to play Giulio Struckel. We need to sort his name out. I can't. Struckelge. He can't be Struckelge. He's a model professional and a wonder kid, although I'm not, super good. He likes everyone. He got a goal on his international debut. What a hero. Right, so we need to sort out his name. Media friend. No, come on. He must be the only Sammarinese wonder kid ever. Please, his efforts may be rewarded by high win bonuses. Jesus Christ. Is he selfish? Seems pretty... Well, no. Set nickname. Oh, we'll just call him Giulio. Okay, good. Right, so let's submit the team. Yes, please. Yes, please. Had a hard game. Now we're going to have a relatively easy game. This will be Giulio's first league appearance. Maybe not true. I think he might have come on as a sub. No, what am I doing? I think he came on as a sub in the Cremonese game, or possibly the Fiorentina game. But yeah, it would be nice to have him out. A homegrown lad. One of the, as I say, probably the best ever player that's come through in San Marino history, and by that I mean the country. So a bit of fun, and of course, oh no, not quite, but nearly wandered down straight away. It would be good for him to come on a bit. It's a shame that he doesn't seem to be quite there, but I feel like he's a bit like Mikhailo Shpak for Lviv. I have a feeling he'll just stick around for quite a while because he's going to be good enough to be a bit part player, and if you've got a player who's good enough like that and who's homegrown, then why not keep him? And then maybe we can make sort of 7 or 8 million out of him later on in his career, but for now I don't see the point in getting rid. Giulio wins the ball. Shaq to Purnos. Giulio again up to Purnos, turns, puts it away. That is beautiful. That must be our 10th of goal of the season. It is. Haven't yet conceded, although touch wood. The table's made of MDF. Udinese, of course, above us. They won their game 3-1, I think. I don't remember who it was over. So now we need a couple of goals in order to get top spot back off of them. In terms of goal difference, it doesn't really matter at the moment. Early doors, but it would be good to keep up the pressure and challenge immediately for a second title. When I won the league, Punas, good effort. When I won the league, Shaq in, Vic with the ball. Vic Shaw! Oh, what a goal! Is that his first ever goal not on his debut, but bloody hell. Whoo! God, I love it when they do that. Good Johnson heads clear. Vic. Yeah. And the crowd roar. Roar Vic. Did you get it? Yeah, I can't remember what I was going to say. Hang on. Pornos? No. I want to challenge again for the title quite quickly. Like when we were Western manager, when I was Western manager, when I was Swindon manager, the first title was then followed by quite a few years, 3 or 4 years of building the team up so that they're able to challenge regularly rather than just taking advantage of a fairly off year for most of the big teams. Similarly happened with Lviv. Didn't happen. Imad nips in there and scores as well. That's his first of the season. Navarra 3-0 down early doors. They always flirt with relegation. I think this year may be their year. Herrera puts the ball through. It was another deflected through ball. Aymar comes on and touches it home. We are now top of the league based on goal difference, so that's good to see. I have a feeling that we're going to win this game, and that's nice. So if we can continue this good run for a little while, I don't think we've got anyone particularly hard to play for quite some time. I know we've got to play Napoli in two. Is it Napoli we're playing in two games? Is that? Yeah. So we're playing Napoli at the end of this week. The hope is that that game won't actually be too challenging. They're not as good now as they used to be, even within the so obviously in real life they're a good side, and I think at the beginning of the what a finish from Jabari, smashes that home. They were good at the beginning of this save, and they've been kind of averagely good in kind of that Everton level of club, if you want to get all Premier League about this, but good finish, but yeah, they've definitely dropped off in the last couple of years. I guess it's because we've sort of usurped their semi-regular Europa League spot. A similar thing I think might happen to Juventus. They've been struggling to regain a top 5 finish on the regular. Pornos is off injured, that's concerning. Julio picks the ball up, gives it out to Vic, lovely stuff. Dupois to Shaq. Aymar still with the ball, Jabari. Shaq could have followed that in. I didn't fucking look at Shaq's contract. How did I not do that? Unbelievable. So we've got Jabari and Pornos, both of whom look a little tired. Let's bring on Amara for Pornos. Let's have no, let's leave him to play. Ledesma can come on for Herrera again, and I think we'll give Bush a run out. No need to go wild with the changes for the players who we know we can just swap out big time. Jabari goes past his man. Beautiful stuff. Riolfo makes a good save in the end. Baudo collects comfortably. Can't remember what I was talking about, really. Yeah, it doesn't matter, I suppose. Lovely stuff from Pornos. We look like a confident team. 4-0 here. We've won every game this season by at least 4-0, at least the domestic ones, domestic league games. Every time I mention a different thing, it makes it sound less impressive, and there's only been 3 of them. Jabari heads it down. It's a shame. But yeah, so I'm hoping that. So my point was that Napoli, not so good. So maybe we can walk past them as well, and we just got to hope that this early season winning run continues as long as it possibly can do. I think we won 8 or 7 last year before dropping a couple of games. Fingers crossed we can do the same, or if not better, this year. And set ourselves up for another title challenge. Ball comes in, Gonzalez clears, but Vic collects on the edge of the box. Can he cut back inside and pass? He does. Shaq gets it, shoots from range. Unfortunately, hits it quite well wide. Never mind. 86 minutes gone. This is winding down now. Dupuy could have gone for. I might need to change his name as well, because is it Dupuis? Dupuy? It's Dupuy, right? It must be, but I don't like saying that. Vic collects. Shaq to Aymar. Up the line to Jabari. Still going with it to Julio. Julio out to Bush. Bush into the middle. No. Julio collects. Bush. Julio collects Bush. Shaq has a shot. There we go. The players go over to celebrate with the fans. This is a different San Marino team, ladies and gentlemen. This is a winning San Marino team. What a game. What a sensational goal from Raw Vic with his ridiculous curl on that. And yeah, we are top. Weirdly, Palermo also up there. I don't think that will last. But yeah, you see the Juventus also struggling down there in 5th. Okay, that's not that bad, but yeah. The only team that can potentially join us on 9 points would be AC Milan, who I guess are playing either the evening game or slightly later in the week. So, that's the end of this video. We'll talk now about... see there, we only got 91% of the average attendance by capacity. We'll talk now about when we're going to record next. It will probably be another Champions League / normal league game, so that we can catch up on both fronts. We don't have anything in the cup for freaking months anyway, so don't worry, nothing to be interested in there. If we go to the fixtures, the big one would be Valencia at home, right? So when's that? Down there. I think we can do that. Let's go Verona and Valencia. So we got a long chunk of things here, but I think that will be fine. Verona and Valencia, we don't need to play Shalomsky again. We did that last season, and we know we're going to win those games. So in between here and now, then and now, we've got Juventus, who's a tough game, Inter and Udinese. So we will have played 3 big clubs, and we'll see a little bit more about where we're actually going to finish this season, and whether we're going to challenge for the title or whether we're going to be second or third. So I'll see you in the next one, guys. Have a good one. Ciao.